there, this is Trisha with Nature's Happiness, and today's superfood recipe is a mixed vegetable curry. Alright, so we are going to be using a Dutch oven for our curry. We're going to start off by turning this on to about a medium-high heat and melting about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're going to add 2 cups of onions and 1 cup of celery, as well as about a teaspoon of Himalayan pink sea salt, as well as a teaspoon of crushed black pepper. We're just going to let this cook for a couple minutes until the onions and celery start to cook down. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes, and as you can see, these have both cooked down a little bit. And we're going to now add in 4 cups of diced sweet potatoes. Stir this around. We're going to cover this and let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. And our sweet potatoes are still very hard, but they've definitely got a head start on cooking. So now we're going to add about 5 cloves of crushed garlic and a tablespoon of chopped ginger. Let this cook for a sec, probably about a minute. Now we're going to start to add in a bunch of seasoning. This is going to be what really flavors our curry and our sauce. So we've got a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon of turmeric root powder, a little drizzle, probably about a tablespoon of sesame seed oil, and about a tablespoon and a half of curry powder. Another teaspoon of crushed black pepper. And a teaspoon of reishi mushroom powder. And we've got about a tablespoon of diced sage. And about a half of a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're just going to stir this together really good. We're also going to add about 2 tablespoons of Health Force Vitamineral Earth powder. It's a sacred grounding fruit food. It's great for the immune system. Now we're going to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we have 1 cup of water. We're going to let this simmer for a couple of minutes, maybe 2 or 3. It's very aromatic, and it's going to just really blend all these flavors together. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. Now we're going to add in 2 cans of coconut milk. Okay. Now we're going to add in 4 cups of broccoli. Got 3 cups of chickpeas. We soak these for about 8 hours and then we cook them on the stove covered in water for about an hour and a half. We've got 2 cups of mushrooms. We used baby bellas. And then we're going to let this cook for probably about 15 to 20 minutes on a medium high. You want to check it about every 2 minutes to make sure it's not scalding on the bottom and just give it a good stir. You'll want to turn your heat down a little bit as well, probably about to a medium-low, and cover it. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, and we've stirred this a couple of times every few minutes just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom and everything's cooking fine. And as you can see, everything's starting to cook down a lot and soften up. So right now we're going to add a tablespoon of gluten-free soy sauce, and about 3 or 4 handfuls of fresh baby greens. We're using spinach and kale. And we're not even going to stir that in, we're just going to let it sit on top and cook this for about another 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, our greens are just starting to wilt, which is just what we're looking for. We're going to give this a good stir. And our vegetables are getting really close to being done. We can cook this for a little bit longer. I'm thinking about 10 to 15 minutes so that they're really soft. Right now we're going to add in a cup of diced green onions. Just really start to get these flavors blended. Okay, so we'll give this about 15 minutes covered, cooking on low, and then we'll check back. So our curry's ready to be eaten, and we're going to serve ours over forbidden black rice. You can use any type of organic rice that you want, or quinoa as well. Okay, so our curry's all finished. We're going to serve ours with a little bit of black rice. You could serve this with any kind of rice, or even quinoa would be delicious. And with the side of fresh greens from the garden. A little black pepper and some of our creamy cashew dressing. Alright, and now you have a beautiful meal for you and your friends or family. Enjoy!